Hey everyone, and welcome. Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just playing a part in your own life? Kind of like you're following a script that you never even wrote. Well, today we're going to talk about how to break free from that feeling and figure out who you really are. And all the ideas we're going to be diving into today come from this incredible book, Truth Without Apology by Acharya Prashant. And let me tell you, it's a really powerful read. It doesn't hold back at all when it comes to the lies we tend to tell ourselves.
So let's just jump right in with a question for you. Have you ever felt like your entire existence, your whole sense of self, is just reflected in other people's eyes? Like your value is totally tied up in what they think of you?
You know, it's such a common feeling, isn't it? And that brings us to the first huge idea we're going to unpack, this concept that we've basically outsourced our own self-worth. It's like we've just handed over the power to define who we are to, well, everyone. Our friends, our family, even random people online. And this isn't just some harmless habit. The book actually calls it a kind of self-imposed slavery. Think about it. When we completely depend on other people for our sense of who we are, we end up living in this constant state of fear, just terrified of their judgment. That fear? It just becomes the constant background noise of our lives. That's exactly it. It's a really simple, but wow, a powerful equation, right? Where there's dependence, there has to be fear. We're scared of what people think because we've literally handed them the power to tell us our own worth. So that fear we feel, it's a direct symptom of that dependency.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in our day-to-day lives? Well, it usually pops up as this: constant, nagging need for validation. And that brings us right to our next section, the marketplace of validation, or why we feel the need to show off.
Yeah, the book has a great term for this, the exhibitionist mind. It's this mindset where we can't even see ourselves directly anymore. It's like we can only see our own reflection in what other people think of us. So we end up living for their applause, and we're absolutely crushed by their criticism.
And this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea, right? We see this stuff everywhere. It's the constant chase for likes on social media. It's buying expensive brands just to look a certain way. It's even how we sometimes show off our cars or houses, even our partners, like there's some kind of trophy. The book calls this living a duplicate second-hand life. Wow, that's powerful.
You know, this dependency, this constant need for approval, it can lead to something even deeper and kind of scary. It's almost like we start sleepwalking through our own lives, just following a path that was laid out for us, a path we never actually chose for ourselves.
I mean, think about the standard script, right? Step 1, when you're a kid, get good marks to make your parents proud. Step 2, as a teenager, pass those big entrance exams for a so-called good future. Then, step 3, your career. It's all about chasing the bigger salary, the promotion, just bigger numbers. And finally, adulthood. You follow the plan: house, family, retirement. It's such a predictable story. And the really terrifying part is, how many of us ever stop to ask, wait a minute, did I even write this script?
So this is a perfect moment to just pause for a second and really ask yourself, are the goals that I'm running after, are they actually my goals, or am I just running in circles on a track that somebody else built for me?
Okay, so if we're living this lie, if we're following someone else's script, how on earth do we wake up? Well, the book offers a solution that's surprisingly simple, but at the same time, really, really challenging. It all comes down to this: we have to be willing to just look at ourselves honestly.
And the main tool for this is something called self-observation. Now, this is crucial. It's not about judging yourself or trying to fix anything. It's literally just about watching. Watching your thoughts, your patterns, your knee-jerk reactions, all without making excuses. It's about seeing the raw truth of what's actually there, not what you wish was there.
And here's where the book drops a major truth bomb. You are not your declared values. You are your lived patterns. We all have this respectable image we want to project to the world, right? But who we really are? That's found in what we actually do day in and day out.
Okay, let's make this super real. We might say, oh, I'm a really caring and kind person, but then we catch ourselves gossiping about a friend. Or we say, I'm so ambitious, but then we spend hours just scrolling on our phones. Or the classic, I'm really health conscious, right before we secretly snack on junk food late at night. See? Our actions, they're the only mirror that tells the real story.
So to really know yourself, you don't look at what you post online. You look at what you protect. You don't look at your wishes and dreams. You look at your compulsions. Our real identity isn't in our Instagram bio,
It's in those automatic things we do without even thinking. And that's where the real journey of self-discovery has to begin.
All right, that was a lot to take in, so let's bring it all together. What are the absolute key takeaways from all this? What are the big ideas you should really hold on to?
Okay, there are really 5 core ideas to remember here. First, that deep-seated fear we feel, it so often comes from depending on other people's approval. Second, showing off isn't a sign of strength, it's actually a sign of deep inner insecurity. Third, so many of us are just sleepwalking through a life that was scripted for us. Fourth, the key to waking up is honest self-observation, without the judgment. And finally, this might be the biggest one of all. Your actions are what reveal your true self, not your words.
Okay, so understanding all this is one thing, and it's a huge first step. But how do we actually apply it in our lives? Let's talk about how to turn all this theory into real, practical action.
Here's a super simple practice you can literally start today. The next time you feel a really strong emotion, like a sudden flash of jealousy or a wave of anxiety, just pause, don't react, just watch the thought or the impulse. Then ask yourself, where is this coming from? You will be amazed at how just noticing it, just watching it, makes it start to lose its grip on you.
And that simple act of watching, it's incredibly powerful. The book says that to observe the ego is to begin dissolving it. That false self we've been talking about, the one built on what everyone else thinks. It really thrives in the dark, But when we just observe it, without judging it, we bring it into the light. And to dissolve that ego, well, that's how you reclaim your true self.
So at the end of the day, your life is your mirror. Your habits, your choices, your relationships, that's the only thing that can show you who you really are. And the invitation here is simple, but not easy. Just have the courage to start looking. And we want to leave you with one final question to think about. We often think of freedom as this huge, distant goal, something we have to strive for years and years. But what if freedom was never as far as it seemed? What if it's actually much, much closer? What if real freedom is simply about learning to see clearly, right here, in this very moment?